The Indiana Fever locker room has reached a boiling point, and Caitlin Clark is at the center of the storm. Not because of drama with her teammates, not because of a feud with the front office, but because the weight of an entire franchise is resting on her surgically repaired body, and she's demanding the Fever treat this season like what it is: championship or bust. The tension isn't between Clark and the team, it's between Clark and the reality of what it takes to win. And the shocking decision the Fever just made, it's going to change everything. The Indiana Fever locker room has never been more talented. Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, Nneka Ogwumike, Sophie Cunningham, Lexi Hall, Monique Billings, Tyasha Harris, Raven Johnson, and Caitlin Clark. On paper, this is the most complete roster in franchise history, maybe in WNBA history. But paper doesn't win championships. Chemistry does, trust does, sacrifice does. And according to multiple sources close to the team, the Fever locker room has reached a breaking point. Not because players don't like each other, not because of drama or jealousy or the usual WNBA gossip, because of expectations. The Fever are supposed to win, not make the playoffs, not compete, win a championship this season. Anything less is failure. And that pressure is changing everything. Players who were happy to be role players last season are now fighting for minutes. Veterans who signed to chase rings are now wondering if they'll even be in the rotation. Young players who thought they had time to develop are now being told to produce immediately. The tension isn't between Clark and her teammates. It's between Clark and the reality of what it takes to win. Because Clark isn't just the best player on the team. She's the reason the team exists, the reason free agents signed, the reason the Fever are a destination. And she's demanding that everyone around her rise to that level. Caitlin doesn't have time for players who aren't all in, one league source told a reporter. She's been through too much. She's rehabbed too hard. She's not going to let anyone waste this season. That attitude has created friction. Not the bad kind, not yet, but the kind that comes when a team full of talented players has to figure out who fits and who doesn't. And now, according to sources, Clark has forced the Fever front office into a shocking decision, one that could reshape the roster before the season even starts.
So what actually pushed the Fever locker room to the breaking point? Let me take you inside. The Fever's training camp has been intense. Not the usual "we're happy to be here" intensity of a team just trying to make the playoffs. The kind of intensity that comes when a group of players knows that anything less than a championship is failure. And according to sources, the tension boiled over during a closed-door meeting after a particularly grueling practice. The issue? Minutes. The Fever have too many good players. Kelsey Mitchell is a starter. Aaliyah Boston is a starter. Caitlin Clark is a starter. Nneka Ogwumike didn't sign to come off the bench. Sophie Cunningham has started almost every game she's played for the Fever. That's 5 players for 5 starting spots. But what about Lexi Hall? She's been a starter. She re-signed because she believed in this team. Monique Billings was told she'd have a significant role. Tyasha Harris came home to be Clark's backup, but she's good enough to start for half the teams in the league. Raven Johnson was the 10th overall pick. She's not here to sit. There are only 240 minutes in a game, and about 10 players who think they deserve 20 plus of them. The math doesn't work, one league source told a reporter. Someone is going to be unhappy. Someone is going to lose minutes, and that someone is not going to take it quietly. The meeting was supposed to clear the air. Instead, according to sources, it made things worse. Players voiced frustrations. Coaches tried to mediate. The front office watched nervously. And Caitlin Clark? She reportedly sat quietly for most of the meeting, listening, watching. Then she spoke, and what she said, according to multiple sources, forced the Fever front office into a shocking decision. She didn't yell, she didn't point fingers, she just said, "We're here to win. Anyone who isn't here for that should leave now." The room went silent, because Clark wasn't just talking about effort, she was talking about sacrifice, about accepting roles, about putting the team above individual goals. And she made it clear, She's not going to waste this season on players who can't handle that. The Fever front office heard her loud and clear, and now they're making moves.
The Fever front office had a choice. They could wait, let the season play out, let the minutes sort themselves naturally through injuries, matchups, and performance. Or they could act now, make a difficult decision, shake up the roster before the chemistry problems became irreversible. They chose the latter. According to multiple league sources, the Fever have quietly begun exploring trades involving at least one veteran player who has expressed frustration with her projected role. The name? It hasn't leaked yet, but the speculation is rampant. Is it Sophie Cunningham, the fan favorite who has started almost every game she's played for the Fever? She's been Clark's most vocal defender, but the minutes crunch at the wing is real. Is it Lexi Hull, the glue who re-signed because she believed in this team? She's beloved in the locker room, but she might be the odd one out in a crowded rotation. Is it someone else entirely, a player we haven't even considered? The Fever front office isn't commenting, but the fact that they're even considering a trade before the season starts tells you everything about the tension in that locker room. This is what happens when you have too much talent, one league analyst said. Players want to play, they want to start, they want to get paid. When those things are threatened, they get unhappy, and unhappy players can destroy a locker room. Clark reportedly pushed for clarity. She wanted the front office to make a decision, any decision, before the season started. She didn't want uncertainty hanging over the team. Caitlin is a winner, a source close to Clark said. She's not interested in managing egos. She's interested in winning championships. If someone isn't all in, she wants them gone. The shocking decision isn't about getting rid of a problem. It's about sending a message. The Fever are all in on Caitlin Clark. Everyone else is replaceable.
While the front office debates which veteran to trade, the players themselves are stuck in limbo. Imagine being Sophie Cunningham right now. You re-signed with the Fever because you believed in this team. You sacrificed money to stay. You've been Clark's most vocal defender on and off the court. And now, you might be traded because the roster is too crowded. Imagine being Lexi Hull. You've been with the Fever since 2022. You've seen the dark years. You re-signed because you wanted to be part of something special, and now your name is in trade rumors. Imagine being any of the players who signed in Indiana because they wanted to play with Caitlin Clark. They believed in the vision. They bought into the culture. And now they might be shipped out before the season even starts. This is the brutal reality of professional sports, one agent told a reporter. Players are loyal to teams until teams aren't loyal to them. The Fever are making a business decision. They're not thinking about feelings. They're thinking about championships. But here's the thing about the Fever's situation that nobody's talking about. The players caught in the crossfire didn't do anything wrong. They just happen to be the ones who don't have guaranteed starting spots. And in the Fever's new world order, that's enough to get traded.
So where does this leave us? The Indiana Fever locker room reached a breaking point. Too many good players, not enough minutes. Frustrations boiling over in a closed-door meeting. Caitlin Clark sat quietly, listened, then spoke. We're here to win. Anyone who isn't here for that should leave now. And the Fever front office, according to multiple sources, is now exploring trades. A veteran player who expressed frustration with her projected role could be gone before the season even starts. The name hasn't leaked, but the speculation is everywhere. Sophie Cunningham, Lexi Hull, someone else entirely. But here's the truth that nobody's talking about. This isn't a crisis. It's an opportunity. The Fever have too much talent. That's a good problem to have. It means they can afford to lose a player and still be championship contenders. It means they have assets other teams desperately want. The shocking decision isn't about getting rid of a problem. It's about sending a message. The Fever are all in on Caitlin Clark. Everyone else is replaceable. And that message is going to resonate throughout the entire organization. Players who aren't all in, they'll be gone. Players who can't handle their roles, they'll be gone. Players who put their egos above the team, they'll be gone. Clark has made it clear. She's not going to waste this season on players who can't handle the pressure. And the front office is backing her up. One fan put it perfectly. This is what championship teams do.
They make tough decisions. They don't let sentimentality get in the way of winning. The Fever are finally acting like a contender. So, what comes next? The trade will happen. A veteran will be shipped out. The roster will be reshaped, and the Fever will move forward. The chemistry will improve. The minutes crunch will ease. The tension will dissipate. And Caitlin Clark will lead this team into the 2026 season with one goal in mind: a championship. Nothing less. So here's what I need from you. If you made it to the end of this video, you just watched a franchise make a defining choice. The Indiana Fever had too much talent, the locker room reached a breaking point, and Caitlin Clark forced the front office to act. The shocking decision is coming. A veteran will be traded, the roster will be reshaped, and the Fever will be better for it. Subscribe, hit that bell icon, because when the trade happens, and it will happen, you're going to want to be here to watch the fallout. The tension broke. The decision is coming. Now the Fever have to prove they made the right choice. I'll see you in the next one.